Remember the 7 key elements? Of course you do. You're probably wondering by now just what the heck you do with them. Well, let me give you a template for your romance. With a template you can sit down and really hash out all of a full outline, or you can pin it to the wall and follow the outline as you write by the seat of your pants. First, we have the outline in 3 acts. This is simple, really. These aren't chapters, of course, the world's shortest book for sure if it is. No, this is an outline. If this is all you use, it will still keep you on the path to a great book. So Act 1 is made up of the opening scenes. In the outline only, it's actually quite a lot of material. You introduce the main character, who has some flaw. Yes, we all have flaws. I don't mean ugly or no teeth. I mean an emotional flaw. Romances are about emotions, remember. Your protagonist meets a hot one, but all doesn't go well. Whatever. They have no choice but to spend time together, even though they end up working at being at cross purposes. Here on the outline we have Act 2. Your characters are working together and can't get away. And do they even want to, as the sexual tension increases? The relationship is growing in a way the protagonist didn't foresee. A move to get the priorities right ends in disaster. The climax? No, not that one. The story. You know, what you're writing. Personal sacrifices must be made if the relationship is to be fulfilled. A goal put aside, a job foregone, travel plans shelved. This, really, is the end of the outline. Print it out and pin it to the wall. If you find yourself stalled, then take a look at it and decide where in the story you are. A good romance is going to be at least 75,000 words long, so you have plenty of scope for change and addition. In the next section, I'll give you much more detail. Okay, let's get down to the detail, the nitty-gritty if you will, the 10 key romance scenes that closely follow the 7 key elements outlined previously. The POV, or point of view, in a story is important. Sometimes you can have both participants, sometimes not. Be careful with that one. It can be difficult to get right and not confuse your readers. Phase 1, from the 7 phases. Common to all stories, it's the preparation phase. This is where you introduce the main protagonists, or protagonists singular, the heroine and the hero, depending on your story. Now this is a turning point. This is the incident where the heroine meets her soon-to-be true love, although she doesn't know it yet. Phase 2 in the 7 elements, or the pinch point. This is the first pinch point. Something or someone is pushing them together. This is where the twist in the story is introduced, the game changer. Finally, the actors in the play start getting to know each other. Saved from drowning, kidnapping, lost in the woods, whatever. But don't let the action scenes take over your stories. It's about the people, not the sinking ship. By now, you have probably noticed the percentage sign. That's your progress through the story. The amount of the finished manuscript you've written. So now you are at about 50%, or halfway through the story. This is where the tension starts to build. So now we have another game changer, another pinch point. The two lovers are forced into close proximity, thrown together by circumstance, and they realise that they are very close to falling in love. but there is fear and doubt. Another twist to the plot presents itself. Will there be no peace for this unhappy couple? Romance is off the table for sure. All is lost. It's the black moment. Well, you're 75% through the story. So something had better happen, and fast. There's a major setback and all seems lost. But somehow love prevails. They get back together against all odds. But wouldn't you know it, complications push them apart. Nearly there, 76 to 99% of your manuscript. The goal is reached, or not. Keep that in mind. Not all stories end happily ever after. Perhaps you're writing a series. Will they get together in book 2? Keep it in mind. This is the wrap-up. The happily ever after, 90 to 90% of the book is done. You can tie it all up now. Closing scenes, end of story. What can I say? Go write your first romance novel.